Gaffer, a tough one to take at the end today, but if you're just looking at the full 90 minutes as a whole, how would you reflect on the performance?
I think in the end, the probability of the result should have been a draw, because I don't think both teams done enough at either end to win the game. But again, two big calls. Obviously our call is we don't deal with the long ball, and Dylan Reiston takes full advantage of that. He gets in between centre back, goalkeeper, and he'll not score an easier goal into the empty net. So from that point, I'm really frustrated. In the first half, I think we done well. We had a lot of the ball, some good interchanging passes. We just never done enough in the final third. We're wide players, never done enough. That's their job. Their job's to create. But when you don't want to run, when you don't want to take people on, then nothing's going to happen for you. So from that point of view, I was really disappointed. And then obviously the second half, is the two big talking points. I've already spoke about the way we lost our goal, and then we get a really legitimate goal chopped off for, I really don't know.
Have you managed to have a chat with the referee following that? Because similar to yourself, we've seen it back and it's not a foul.
It's not a foul. They say they think they see a foul. The only foul is Josh loses his studs in the grass and falls over. And if they deem that a foul, then I'm really disappointed, because they have to be 100% correct to give a decision, because it's a big moment in the game, Gareth. They're down to 10 men, we're pushing, we get a deserved equaliser. We could have went on and won the game, because we've now got the momentum. We're back in the game, we've got our tails up. They're a little bit jaded, and like I say, we get a goal chopped off from the linesman, by the way, not the ref. He makes a call looking through bodies. It's really disappointing, because that's two big talking points already in the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, and I suppose the last 15 minutes as well, we really seemed to take it to the game. Raith Rovers going down to 10 men, we definitely seemed to look as if we'd taken advantage of it, but pulled away from us.
It has pulled away from us. It would have been a good point, because I think a point was a fair result for both teams. I don't think either of us done enough in the game to win the game. I thought it was an okay game. I think, to be fair to Barry and his staff and the players, they probably went a little bit more direct because of the stickiness of the surface. I thought the pitch looked amazing today, but because we don't have that sprinkler system where we can soak the pitch and it's slick, that at times is our Achilles heel, because it is a really sticky pitch when it's very dry. And they probably utilised that better than we did, although we tried to play probably a little bit better football in terms of trying to play through the thirds and through the channels and through the lanes. But I don't think either team done enough to win the game. Yeah,
and I suppose on that point, in terms of the goal conceded, I think you said similar last week in terms of it was one mistake that led to the goal. How disappointing is it that it's a similar situation this week?
Yeah, it's really poor. One ball, Josh Ray kicks the ball from arguably the penalty spot in his own box to 2 yards outside our box, and we don't deal with it. The ball's travelled a long way. As a centre back, you have to deal with the ball in there. You can't let anything bounce. And listen, Dylan's a good player. He's alert to a lot of things, and that's how he gets the goal, because he reads the situation better than we do. Jimmy probably goes back rather than just staying where he is and reading the situation. But listen, take nothing away from the two kids. They've been excellent since they've come into the building, but they have to learn from that. They need to manage those situations better.
And what's the message to the players now ahead of next week's game against Queen's Park?
Listen, we just have to get the heads up. We done well in the game for large parts in terms of defensively and moving the ball. We just never done enough top end of the pitch. Don't get me wrong, I think Michael Garrett made a difference when he came on, with his energy going forward and his tenacity and his ability to go by players. So again, he's put himself in the shop window for next week. I thought Aaron Comrie did a great debut. But some other players have to take the bull by the horns and offer more, because at the moment some of them are going through the motions. But again, that's my job as a manager. I've got a competitive squad, and like I say, if people keep producing some of the performances that some are producing, then they'll find themselves out the team. It's quite simple.